evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are just about to get underway for our next gold-capped Week 9 game here for the GRLCS Spring 2020. Gods of Herald versus GSM. I'm Vid, joined here by Rexco Dragon, and we are ready for some League of Legends action.
Let's go. This is going to be pretty interesting to see. We have GSM that's been on a pretty good streak, going against Gods of Herald, which have been doing pretty well themselves as well. First ban being Amumu.
Yeah, so Amumu going to be taken away from Panther. That is his, one of his normal picks. The Caitlyn, another one, going to be taken away from Levi's as well. Side note, Levi's is in the bot lane today. Naked Beekeeper apparently could not make it. So Seymour has returned to the mid lane for his old team.
Alright, going to be pretty interesting to see how Levi's does in the bot lane, and then always nice to see a returning player come back and do a solid for the team and fill in. We have Trundle banned out for the side of Gods of Herald, probably for Taco Trineki there. So let's see what's next ban going to be.
Ornn. No surprise there.
Ornn's still a very strong champion, even after all these nerfs. He's not as pick or ban as he used to be, but still a very strong late game pick because of the extra gold you can get for your team, and Orianna is going to be the one finishing it up.
Yeah, Orianna going to be taken away from Nyrock. Well, actually, wait a minute. Oath. From Oath, Gods of Herald are in all the wrong order. Real confused there for a second.
Yep, thanks, Gods of Herald. Going to have to do a little rearranging once we get into the game, but it'll be all fine. See what's going to be the first pick, and it's going to be Zac. That could be for Taco Trineki, or, I mean, it is gold cap. We could see some wacky stuff and maybe see Zac top lane or Zac support.
Yeah, this is, I wouldn't put it past anyone in this game. Taking it away from Panther is probably one of the main goals here. But there's a lot of stuff that you can do with a Zac. You can send him top, you can put him in the jungle. The set is going to be locked in for GSM, yet another flex pick. That's a top jungle, mid, and possibly even support flex pick.
Yeah, and Panther's hovering over the Annie right now, which would most likely go to Seymour. Pretty safe pick if they do go ahead and pick up the Annie. But maybe looking to pick up a support for Silver Spade as well, hovering over Bard, and going to lock in the Bard.
They actually locked it, the absolute madmen. Gods of Herald was actually making fun earlier today about leaving up Oath's, pocket pick, deep cuts Bard mid, and GSM countered back with, didn't you know Silver Spade is a secret Bard main as well? And we're going to see the Bard picked up. Nami going to be locked for Glitter and Gains, and we'll have to see what the third and final pickup of the first round of pick ban is going to be for the Gods of Herald.
Yeah, Glitter and Gains picking Nami is not too much of a surprise, but Narok going to be hovering over the Tristana, but locking in the Sivir. Very strong ADC once she gets the items. You all know about the 400 CS Sivir win condition. So we'll see how well they can do with that sort of bot lane. And Lucian is going to be picked up for it, GSM.
Lucian Bard is a very strong early lane, very aggressive. Kind of a bit of a counter to the Nami Sivir. With all of the damage that Lucian can put out, despite not, needing CC to do that.
Yeah, and Bard still being able to do quite a bit of damage because of his Q, being able to stun and go through people, dishing out quite a bit of surprising damage. First band of the second round is going to be the Shen.
And the Darius going to be taken away from Zacho on the other side. So final two bans coming out, and we're looking to probably take away mid laners and top laners from the Gods of Herald. Meanwhile, the Gods of Herald themselves are going to be banning away top laners and probably mid laners. Oh, they're the same on both sides.
They are aiming to ban same on both sides. Even though Set is still a strong flex pick, they can just ban all of these top laners and just send Set in the top lane and go ahead and have pretty much free reign over the mid laner, which they're hovering over Yasuo right now, but potentially could also go top lane as well.
Seymour could pick up the Yasuo here. There isn't that much synergy aside from the Set Facebreaker, but it is going to be Diana. Ooh, that is a Levi's pick. So interesting that it is being picked up here when Naked Beekeeper is MIA.
Yeah, picking up the Diana. So it is possible that they could potentially have Seymour and Levi's switch around, and they're just in the wrong order, just to throw their enemies off right now. But maybe Seymour is also a very strong Diana, and the top lane pick is going to be Renekton on the side of God's Peril.
Yeah, Renekton is a very good top laner here. And into set, it's also nothing to sneeze at because of how early or how well Renekton trades early, especially with these Blade of the Ruined King changes that just happened in the last couple of patches. Makes him a lot better at trading and killing. And Syndra going to be the lock for Oath to round this out.
Yeah, finishing up with the Syndra is going to be pretty nice to see. We've seen Oath play Syndra, I believe, and it went pretty well all the times that he did. So picking that up would be pretty nice, especially because it's a lot of AP damage that they're missing out on the side of Gods of Herald, and Mundo is going to be the final pick, and that looks like it will be the jungler.
I was so looking forward to a Fiddlesticks pick. Fiddlesticks is active on this patch 10.7 now, so that would have been something a treat for tonight's game. But it is going to be Dr. Mundo heading into the top lane. It looks like set in the jungle, and then of course Diana, Lucian, Bard. We all know where they're going.
Well, on the side of Gods of Herald, isn't Dres Watson usually the top laner and Taco Trineki the jungler?
You would be correct. Taco Trineki usually is the jungler. Derisive Oxen is their regular top laner, but it looks like I don't know if the 20-second rule applies in regular tournament draft games, but we'll see in just a few seconds if there was a lag or something on the client and it'll swap when we hit the spectator delay.
Yeah, hopefully there isn't, because not sure how well Renekton jungle really works. Out of all the low elo junglers they're adding in, Renekton was not necessarily on that list to add in.
Yeah. Very possibly, though, this could just be Taco Trineki heading to the top lane and Derisive Oxen going into the jungle. We actually saw the Muscle Knots with GVG number 1 coming from the mid lane going into the jungle and swapping. I forget who his former jungler was who played mid, but they gave a hell of a game to GSM last week. So potentially that could be something that Gods of Herald is trying to pick up for themselves if maybe Derisive Oxen just plays Zac better than Taco Trineki or something.
Yeah, who knows? So let's go ahead and talk about the matchups that we would think would happen, and then hopefully it's not going to turn out too different. So Renekton versus Dr. Mundo on the top side.
That is an interesting one because I thought it was going to be the set, but Dr. Mundo is really good at just getting up in an enemy top laner's face after a couple of levels. But Renekton does have the hard advantage for, after like level 2 or level 3, right up until the point where Dr. Mundo gets his ultimate. And even when he doesn't have his ultimate, even when he doesn't have his ultimate, but it still has, like, say, a Sunfire Cape under his belt.
Yeah, so it is going to be quite an interesting matchup because Dr. Mundo doesn't really excel in short trades because he mainly has the Grassing and Dying alongside of his cleavers to do the damage, alongside as well as the sadism. Sadism or masochism?
Um,
Is it masochism
Masochism.
where it's E and
Yeah,
then
his E is
ultimate?
masochism, I believe.
All right. So yeah, the masochism in order to do a lot of damage over to Renekton in a short period of time, but he wouldn't really do as well as Renekton does. So let's go ahead and talk about the jungle with Zac versus Set.
Zac Set's an interesting one. Zac's gank potential is very high in this matchup, just because he's got that elastic slingshot. Set, on the other hand, doesn't have any kind of gap closer, and his 1cc is Facebreaker, which you need to be up close and personal for. So if they duel, I think Panther could get the better end of this, but if they just go for that traditional, early gank style power farming, Derisive Oxen should win out.
Yeah, definitely because of the just how much pressure you can exert on the map thanks to the elastic slingshot. He does have an advantage there. For the mid lane, we have Syndra versus Diana, where I believe Syndra is going to be winning out most of these. Diana has to try to get into Syndra's face a lot of these times to get at least even trades, and can't to kind of just dodge away the abilities, has to kind of get in there in order to force the trade to go into her favor. But Syndra does have the Force of Will, or no, Scatter the
Scatter the
Weak.
weak.
Yes, the Scatter Weak in order to push away and even negate the E damage, which is not necessarily a lot of the damage, but getting onto the Syndra is necessarily what you want to avoid for the Syndra, I should say. And then, so having that sort of advantage is going to be uh, quite the thing they want to look for.
Yeah, meanwhile, the bot lane Lucian Bard versus Warden or versus Sivir Nami. I touched on this just a little bit, but a little more in depth. Lucian is a much better early trader than Bard. And Lucian is a much better early trader than Sivir, and Bard has that early burst and the early CC that if Nyrok doesn't get the spell shield off, or even if he does, they can do a lot of damage to him and win trades.
Yeah, definitely. So it looks like we were correct with Taco Trineki going into top lane as the Renekton, while the Rasmus Otson has traded with him and going Zac in the jungle.
So we are in the game here. It's Gods of Herald versus GSM here in Week 9 of the GRLCS. And well, first, let's see how this early invade shakes out. And they will find Glittering Gains, and she will be dead. First blood goes to Panther on the set.
Oh, no, that is pretty unfortunate. Now, looking on the map or at your person, so going to be going to be giving away first blood to the top laner, or the jungler, I should say, which is not the best, but I mean, at least it's only one kill rather than a full team in return.
Yeah, I've got to say that's a bit questionable from Glittering Gains, just because GSM does this all the time. Basically every game that we have with them, especially on the blues, or especially when they're on the red side, which is a lot of the games that we have streamed of them, they have invaded early, gone through that tribe rush, and tried to find someone. So it's surprising to me that Gods of Herald wouldn't have been looking out for that just so proactively.
Yeah, at the very least, they should have looked to put a ward down in that bush and then not have the Nami there, so they get vision of them without needing to sacrifice their life for it. Although you do lose out on that early vision.
But so now, GSM are already a kill ahead, and however, that doesn't stop Silver Spade and Levi's from losing this early trade.
Yeah, Levi's and Super Spade kind of want to play this lane a little aggressively since they have such a strong healer of Nami, and aggressive they are right now, but these trades are going to look better and better as Glittering Gains gets stronger and stronger heals.
So now level 2's coming out, so we might actually see some fighting here in the bot lane, and we are going to see Levi jump forward, put a lot of damage onto Nyrok. Meanwhile, Glittering Gains gets hit with a Bard Q and is going to take so much damage, but Bard doesn't have Ignite. He and Seymour actually both burned their Ignites, killing Glittering Gains in that invade.
Yeah, both of them burning that Ignite in order to make sure that they wouldn't die, but ooh. Flash.
Yeah,
okay.
Flash for flash heal. Glittering Gains packing the heal while Nyrok has the teleport, but it is going to be 2 summoners traded for 1 as Levi fails to pick up a kill here on the bot lane of Gods of Herald.
Yeah, we do see Nyrok decided to back because taking advantage of that early TP that she has, and that means that if ideally you want Panther to go down in a bot lane and try to punish the ADC to have or for having this TP since they recently made it so early levels. Ooh.
However, Derisive Oxen tries to punish, is not going to be successful, takes a lot of damage on his way out, and Levi is now moving to trade on Nyrok and takes some damage for himself, but that's a failed gank by Derisive Oxen, and it means that Panther has room to move up to the top lane.
and move to the top lane. He will looking for a gank onto Chocolate Trineki.
Taco Trineki is going to have to flash away from the set, but it is not going to do it. Elzacco picks it up with one good cleaver, and that's a flash burn in the top lane, another kill for GSM.
Yeah, flash burn means that Panther can opt in to go back to the top side and pick up another kill. As for the bot side, they are looking a little low, but gonna go ahead and pick up a reset. Panther is gonna keep going in and looking for a gank in the mid lane.
He does take damage from 2 tower shots, but that just serves to build up some grit, and he is going to be able to get a well-placed Haymaker off onto Oath. Now, Seymour moves in. He's a level up. He's got his Ignite back. Oath going to burn down. That's a good solo kill off the back of that gank.
Yeah, that is pretty unfortunate. How that gank that Panther did played out so well. The Ignite came right back up for Seymour, and it went right back off onto cooldowns. Because he used it onto Oath, and he's gonna pick up a kill from it.
So now 1-0-1 here for the mid laner of GSM. GSM as a whole are about 1,500 gold ahead of their opponents here at 5 minutes, and this is already looking very good for the top side of GSM.
Yeah, GSM's top side is pretty good, so that means they could be enforcing a little more of these heralds. Or just bringing some of that power over to Dragon Pit, since Elzacco has the TP available for this first dragon.
Elzacco has TP and Taco Trineki does not. Taco has Ignite in this game. Of course, Oath and Nyrok both have teleports themselves, but with both of them being down because they got chunked out so early, it will mean that GSM does have cross-map control here with the teleport advantage. And, well, of course, they also have Bard moving very fast with the Magical Journey and the fact that he will be getting mobility boots later. And, yeah, this is not going great for Taco Trineki either. Renekton, traditionally a very strong early dueler lane bully, and it's not panning out so far against Zacco.
Well, let's see if this game pans out right here.
Levi's is going to take a lot of damage. He gets minion blocked for so long. The heal committed by Levi's. One more auto attack will do it. He is going to be picked up by the bubble, and the kill comes through, but Glitter and Gaines takes it. That's horrible for Gods of Herald.
Yeah, unfortunately, using the heal, the ebb and flow, ebbed onto your teammate's heal up, but it just flowed right into Levi's picking up the kill. And that means that Nyrok is going to have to still wait quite a while for his power spikes. Because, you know, he does not have that kill on him anymore.
Yeah, it's... like, Glitter and Gaines does this so much, and usually it's, like, really funny, because they're a little bit ahead, or, like, Glitter's 5-1, and her team is still ahead. But here, against GSM, in probably one of the most important series that Gods of Herald is going to play, this is uncomfy.
Uncomfy indeed. We always love to see a Fed Nami one now and again, but right now, I think against the forerunners of these series right now, they want to play a little more seriously.
And now Levi going to move up on Nyrok, interrupt his back, deal some damage, but he takes some in return, which, with Nyrok trying to back off, it is going to be a little bit of wasted damage, but Silver Spade now moves up. He's actually going to ignite the Sivir.
Yeah, just further delaying his back means that they can just slow push this under the tower. They know that TP is down for the Sivir, so if they slow push this into the tower, that's a huge minion wave that no one's picking up EXP or money from.
Yeah, that's a cannon as well. That's a cannon. Looks like 3 melee creeps and 6, caster minions. So that's almost just under a kill's worth of gold there that Nyrok is going to lose under this tower. But Oath has roamed down, and he might be able to try and find Levi. He's going to get some damage off. Has not used the Force of Will, and a pause comes out right as Levi's is dying.
Yep, so we have a wonderful screen cap of Levi right before the disaster strike. We have Levi's being in the process of getting hit with 3 more or 4 more of these I don't know, outplay button.
Dark spheres, yeah.
Yeah, Dark Spheres, the what's the name of the ultimate? Unleash Power. right?
Unleashed power fodder. That's it. This is pictures taken seconds before disaster.
Yeah, we see Silver Spade making his way back. He's like, I gotta heal already, but just not enough for this outplay button. Maybe like living on 1 HP, but then Oaf has the availability of using the rest of his skill shots in order to finish off Levi.
Or just auto
Uh,
attack him, you know?
yeah, and picking up that kill would definitely help close out this distance that Oaf and Seymour is seeing. Seymour having a kill up, but is actually behind in CS, even though Seymour already has pushed up the minions under tower.
And boom, there goes Levi's. But, oh, Taco Trineki going very low as well. Elzacco might be able to find something. He could flash into tower. Taco Trineki doesn't have it up yet, but nothing's going to come of it. Taco Trineki walks away without dying.
Yeah, he will not be going down here just yet, at least. The Rise of Odds is in the area. He's going in onto Elzacco, trying to get some damage on him and forcing out the flash from Elzacco.
Interesting respect flash there. Zacco doesn't want to take more turret shots than he really... Seriously, people?
Looks like some people are just having a little bit of connection issues during this during the quarantine. So we'll see how well everyone is doing with this internet. But I guess we'll go ahead and talk about that top lane play just a little bit more.
Yeah, so Trineki went very low on that, and Elzacco didn't follow up by trying to kill. He didn't want to overextend and possibly die under turret, but I think that wasn't the right call to make because he still had his ultimate, because he could just get on top of Taco Trineki. As long as he popped his ultimate early, I think he would have been fine, even if he didn't pick up the solo kill.
Yeah, and then Elzacco just using that flash, really respecting the Rise of Odson, even though the Rise of Odson doesn't really have any items yet. He only has the jungle item in order to deal any sort of damage. Does true damage from the smite. I guess he was respecting from that much damage, or potentially Taco Trineki still staying in the area, but I believe the right play was to back off there, as Taco Trineki did, and not to... And then Elzacco just giving a little too much respect into what the Rise of Odson and Taco Trineki should do.
Yeah, so we did just see Seymour jump onto Oath, get a little bit of a trade-off, but that was pretty much an even trade just because of the fact that, Oath on the Syndra is going to be much stronger than a Diana at this point in the game. Diana doesn't have any damage stats, just the Catalyst of Eons right now.
Mm-hmm. But those base numbers are still pretty good in order to dish out some good trading. Gonna soon pick up that Rod of Ages. We're back into the game now. Let's go. No more pause screen.
Let's go. Hopefully. No more pauses. Last thing we want to see is pausing, because that's just boring. Especially so early in the game. If you pause later in the game, at least you can talk about what has happened the entire game. You pause at 9 minutes, and you're like, okay, well.
Yeah, well, let me talk a little bit more about what just happened for the next however no minutes, and then
we've tried nothing and we're all out of ideas.
Yep. Taco Trineki is actually still farming up pretty well against Elzacco, so that's pretty good. He is aiming for that Blade King in order to deal a lot of early damage to Mundo. Mundo grabbing up the Bombi Cinder, which I'm not too much of a fan of, just because it deals a little less damage now thanks to the new passive. So it's overall a worse item, and he can't really proc the Bambi Cinder with any of his abilities anyways.
Yeah, it does a little bit more damage if you have a bunch of disables, but Panther moves forward, is not going to find anything because Silver Spade immediately jumped out of the fight. Now there might be a little bit of something going on as Nyrock steps forward. The Electrocute gets popped by the Bard, but Panther has moved to the Dragon. Now Oath in trouble as Seymour jumps on him. The Ignite has been committed, and the flash used by Oath. A solo Dragon picked up for GSM, and they're going to find the first cloud of the game. Now Elzacco going to get jumped on by Trineki. The ultimate has been committed, the Dominus. burning now, and Taco Trineki cannot find his way under this charge, but no, he will flash forward, he will find the ignite. Elzacco is going to pop the sadism. And now Oath in trouble. Seymour jumping onto him, he will find a second kill to his name.
Yeah, and this Diana's gonna start snowballing her lead, picking up those kills. Already having the route of Aegis finished, so she can go ahead and look for her next items. As for the set, he is one item in, grabbing up that bonus health, which is very nice for the grit. Getting a huge shield after you use your Haymaker is what you're looking for. Even though the Warriors is typically more damage, you are looking for that late game where you have so much extra health there. It doesn't really matter how much damage you get from just one item.
And Mundo as well will be doing a ton of damage naturally just because of the way that his kit is built. He will have a lot of physical damage as well, so between those two Juggernauts and Levi's offering damage where he can later in the game, it will mean that GSM will be fine in the realm of physical damage.
Yep. And Elzacco gonna just safely recall from the bush. Taco Trineki not gonna look to check him because he figures that maybe he's not in that bush and he's just gonna waste some time checking.
Teleport is committed by Elzacco, and he has finished both the Sunfire Cape and the Ninja Tabi, so this is a very good thing for the GSM top laner. Taco Trineki probably just won't be able to kill him now, at least until after he finishes his Bork.
Yeah, it is definitely way harder for Taco Trineki to kill him. He might be able to still insert pretty nice dominance in this lane, thanks to just how Renekton's kit is, but he's not going to be able to look for kills unless he gets a lot of really good trades on his side.
Yeah, the Conqueror could certainly help Taco Trineki trading against Elzacco, just make it a lot easier for him to sustain through these longer trades if he takes them. But of course, Elzacco is Mundo, so Mundo will, in the long run, win out on a lot of these extended fights and then the cooldown period afterward.
Especially thanks to his passive, not sure what the name is, but it gives a lot of bonus regen to your kit naturally. It's like Set's passive, but you don't have to be low in order to use it. You just have to be you.
Yeah, all you have to do is be the best you that you can be, and that is so inspiring. However, Silver Spade has found Oath in the bot lane, and turns out Oath has 3 levels on him. But Panther, same level. He's going to try and find something. The Facebreaker coming out. That's going to be the ultimate. The Showstopper is going to get so much damage onto Oath, and now he'll pick him up with the tip of the Haymaker. Now, Levi's moving forward onto Nyrock. He will not find the kill, but he will find a flash and Nami's ultimate. And now Silver Spade looking to find something. He will get the stun onto Nyrock, and Derisive Oxygen's passive has been procced. Seymour finds the kill, picks up all 3 blobs in one fell swoop.
Yep, not needing to kill them one by one, picking up all at once. And the Silver ultimate, as well as Glittering Gain's flash, is going to be popped, respecting how much damage Levi's and Silver Spade can do.
It's just, this is GSM style, you know, they kind of sit for a second, regroup, and then a bunch of things happen on the map all at once as they all just kind of execute on their game plan. So they will pick up a kill onto Oath, a kill onto Zac, and they will find a bunch of important cooldowns from the bot lane of Gods of Herald.
Yeah, and with those important cooldowns down, that means that, as well as the Rift Herald being up, that's going to be the next contested objective. It looks like Seymour had recalled there, so it is going to be at a little bit of disadvantage if they want to go for his Herald, but Panther does not care. He's going right onto Oath.
He will not find Oath this early, but Derisive Oxen tries to find him, will not with the stretching strikes. Now Glittering Gain's in trouble as Levi's moves forward. The flash forward by Silver Spade, and the kill is going to be picked up by Levi. He does take a lot of damage, but now Trineki is the subject of GSM's engage here. He's going to go down. It's a 2 for 0 already. Now Derisive Oxen might make 3. Nyrock could make 4. Levi's going to pick up that kill. Derisive Oxen barely gets away. Now Oath taking a lot of damage. He's going to use the ultimate onto Zacco, but Zacco doesn't die. Oath does, however. Seymour's on a rampage, and that is a 4 for 0 for the GSM squad.
Yeah, that was a little bit lucky on the part, or maybe it was a little bit of skill on the part of Elzacco right there. If he popped his ultimate just a little bit sooner, it takes away, I believe it was 20% 25% of his current health. So if he took it any sooner, that means that he would have less health and maybe not even survive the complete onslaught of the unleashed power. But thanks to some good timing, he's able to still get the benefit of his ultimate and not fall to the unleashed power.
So an 8k gold lead here at 15 minutes for GSM. It's only 10-2 in the kill score, but with the 3 turrets and the creeping CS lead in the mid lane, as well as the near flame horizon in the jungle, 135-56 here, Panther and Derisive Oxen.
Yep, and it looks like this game will be an Ocean Drake. Going to be nice. See some flowers all around. And that means that Mundo's just going to be healing up so much if they manage to get the soul.
Yeah, I was going to say, rest in peace, Gods of Herald trying to kill Mundo here. I mean, look at that. He's already going to jump onto Trineki and almost solo kill him now. Nyrok goes down. Oath gets a great moonfall, or Seymour gets a great moonfall on him.
Yep, getting that moonfall means he'll pick up another kill, bring his score to 5-0. Right now we have 4 people on the side of GSM not having no deaths. Levi's losing out on a couple. Looks like Elzako right now is fighting Talco Trineki in the top lane. Ultimate's committed, flash away from Elzako. He has his Satum available, so he's waiting it out. Using all that healing, and now he's going right back in onto him. Oh!
The Grasp of the Undying, so much damage. Zako gonna pick up the solo kill, win that 1v1. Now he's buying time for Panther to come up. Zako has not gone down yet. Nyrok gonna take some damage, but Zako will finally get shut down. Panther is here. He has the ultimate. He will use it onto Nyrok, but he's stunned. Nyrok will not survive. Panther picks up the kill before losing his life, and it is a 2-for-2 for GSM, but Levi's is in the bot side with Silver Spade. They're gonna take down this inner turret.
Yeah, 2v2 not looking like the best considering they had bounties on their heads, but it's okay because the rest of the members of GSM were like, okay, if everyone's going top, I'm going to push my lane. And Seymour using the Diana passive to her advantage, or his advantage, her advantage, their advantage, to pick up kill. Moonfall coming out. Ooh.
And Silver Spade trolling just a little bit with the Tempered Fate, but that's a kill, 2 turrets picked up across the map that Gods of Herald cannot respond to, and the gold lead is now 10,000 for GSM.
Yeah, I mean, if you have such an impactful ultimate, but your team's doing so well, you don't necessarily need to use it. Just might as well troll your team just a little bit with it.
Yeah, sorry, why would I Tempered Fate these 300 gold bags that are sitting here and running toward me actively? It's pretty sure that's what Silver Spade is thinking right now. You know, gotta get in his mind.
Yeah, I mean, next time, I'm sure next time we'll see the ultimate, they'll be doing the Baron, and he's just gonna ult his entire team. And,
Wait, stop the Baron. They'll get here faster, then we can kill them, then we can take the Baron.
Yes, genius plan, but we'll see if they actually make it to this point because of how well GSM is playing.
They are not going to be able to find Silver Spade. The Bard gets away, says doot doot on his way out. Meanwhile, Zako is the only member of GSM who hasn't taken his opponent's inner turret, and now Derisive Oxen might be in trouble. He has the flash. Panther is chasing. The flash has been expended, and he is not going to be able to find the Facebreaker back in. Silver Spade also going to live. Oath didn't use the Unleashed power early enough.
Yeah, unfortunately, not using that, so not going to pick up a kill. Talco Trineki still getting bullied in the top lane, trying to defend his tower. Zako having the time of his life, throwing cleavers.
Just Mundo doing Mundo things, you know?
Of course.
20% max health, magic damage cleavers.
Yeah.
20% current health, rather.
Yeah.
Max would be a little too broken.
Yeah, it would definitely be broken. I mean, I remember the days where you would build the a lot of magic pen just because it did magic damage. So you could nothing scaled other than your W with AP. You just built a magic pen because, like, you know, I just want my cleavers to hurt extra.
Yeah, you get the cleavers and suddenly you're doing near true damage to them, and it's like, okay, 20% current health true damage is a lot better on their tank who built a bunch of armor against the ADC. So Panther has officially Flame Horizon Derisive Oxen, and we are seeing where an experienced jungler can punish a less experienced jungler, such as this Zac, who is usually the top laner for his team.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they had good intentions with sending the Rise of Alton. He's like, oh yeah, or sending Talco Trineki top lane because they're like, we should send lane bullies against the Mundo in order to get some really good power in your lanes for these early games. But the Rise of Alton not playing an exactly comfortable pick is definitely going to be a downfall.
Yeah, that is the thing about Derisive Oxen as a top laner. He plays a lot of tanks, so that does turn into a bit of a problem when you're playing against someone like Zaco, who will out-tank you. If you play into a tank v tank matchup, Zaco will be able to beat you in that. Now, Silver Spade gonna find Glitter and Gaines, who dies. That is the flash committed by Glitter and Gaines. It will not find anything. Now Oath moving forward, trying to find Levi's. The unleashed power will not kill. Levi's now gonna force Oath's, or Silver Spade gonna force Oath's flash as GSM picks up their third Drake. Zaco now gets engaged on, but nothing will come of it.
Yep, Dragon will fall for the side of GSM, another Ocean Drake, which means they're one step closer to Exodia Mundo, where he just never dies.
And yeah, it doesn't matter if the Mundo does no damage, because you will literally never kill him.
Yeah, he'll just outlive you.
Yeah, Ocean Drake doesn't, Ocean Drake does not scale off of the damage that you're dealing. It just scales off of when you deal damage. It will give you back health and mana, or more health, equal, that scales off of your max health and your AD and AP. Because because Zaco is playing Dr. Mundo, that is a lot of max health.
Yeah, and that means he's going to be able to heal a bunch.
A bunch, I believe that's a scientific term.
Yeah, it's a little more than quite a few, but not as much as a truck ton.
There we go. So, and I mean, after a little bit, maybe Zaco will reach truck ton levels of bonus health here. So
yeah, maybe he'll just sell all of his items, keep one Spirit Visage, go all Warmogs, and then like a Frozen Mallet.
This is Spirit Visage, 3 Warmogs, Frozen Mallet, and Swifty Boots.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good one. I like that.
Yeah, going for a purely healthy build. But right now, all of GSM is dominating the lanes. Drivestops and going in onto 2 of them right now.
It is a 3v4, but Levi's is here to make it 4v4. Silver Spade gonna have to flash the wall, but he already gets taken down by Taco Trineki. Now Panther gonna take a lot of damage. The Haymaker comes out. It will get a lot off, and he is gonna barely live. The ultimate comes through. That is the showstopper into the middle of the team. He will pick up Taco Trineki. Now Levi's in the backline, gonna find Nami. He might find Derisive Oxen as well. That is the passive pop for the Zac. Panther and Levi picking off this Zac. It will be a 4-for-1. All they lose is their support. Meanwhile, Seymour solo pushing inhibitors on the top side. This could just be the game here with 30-second death timers left on all of the valuable members of Gods of Herald.
Yeah, it looks like this is going to spell the end. And, I mean, this is kind of what we expect from someone that is the head of the bracket right now. Not saying that Gods of Herald had no chance, but we can see the expected level of play that GSM provides, and we know what kind of bar that Gods of Herald kind of had to reach over in order to beat them.
Yeah, sort of the beginning of the end when they picked off that Nami, and it just snowballed out of control. So hopefully Gods of Herald will fix their game plan, come back with a different strategy, maybe put Derisive Oxen back in the top lane, or just figure out where they need to shore up the weaknesses here. But for now, we will take a quick 5-minute break and come back with Game 2. Don't go anywhere.
See ya.
Alright, we're back. And GSM has taken the blue side for this game.
Hello, hello. Sorry, checking. I was confused on whether I was muted or not. My bad. And yeah, we're gonna go back into this ban phase. Olaf's still banned out. Not gonna be able to see that come around. But yeah, we saw GSM do what GSM does, and just overall excellent plays. Ending the game pretty normal amount of time, around 30-minute mark. So, and we'll see how well if they can keep up the streak, or if Gods of Herald can rise to the occasion and take down this perfect season team.
Yeah, and I think the one big question that we are trying to answer here in this pick and ban is who is going into the jungle for Gods of Herald? Is it going to be Derisive Oxen like we saw last game, Or are we going to see Taco Trineki make a return there and put Derisive Oxen back into his homeland in the top lane? The Caitlyn and the Diana are going to be banned away from GSM. We saw what the Diana did last game. It was not pretty.
Scrambles in the chat saying, "Gods of Herald, take my energy."
Gods of Herald, take my energy. It doesn't roll off the tongue as well as dig, take my energy, you know?
Yeah, it definitely doesn't, but we are appreciating that there is some support for Gods of Herald. They do have the potential to beat out GSM here, just need to have some pretty good plays onto their side. And we saw that Oriana and Amumu still banned out for these games, and Zach being picked up for their side, for the Gods of Herald side. No, GSM.
For the GSM
I'm
side.
I'm already confused. I see GSM Levi, so I should know that's GSM side. So yeah, Zach being picked up for Panther for GSM.
Yeah, he's not even Hog Levi's anymore. Come on, man. But yeah, the Zac was played last game by Derisive Oxen in the jungle, and now the Yasuo is actually picked up, presumably going to Oath. Interesting.
Who knows? Maybe we'll see him in the bot lane played by Nyrok.
Ooh, the Nyrok Yasuo put glitter and gains on Gragas, and suddenly you've got yourself the makings of a stew, baby.
But the Nico is going to be picked up as well, presumably assuming that it's going to go into the mid lane as Nico and then Yasuo in the top lane. But still, Yasuo could still go in the bot lane, but Nam's going to be picked up here.
GSM are throwing down the gauntlet. They're saying, what are you going to do without Nami glitter? And this could also be a Nico support. You never know. Yasuo and Nico, two picks that could flex in a multitude of different locations, but it will be Nami Sivir, and it's just the full thing. Levi's and Silver Spade are just saying, well, we're going to take your pick from last time, and we're going to show you how to play it. But now the brand locked in, and this is a very strange draft by Gods of Herald.
You know, I think they're like, if we don't know what we're picking, they won't know what we're picking. So they're going with a scatter count. They're going to send everywhere. We're going to see Brand ADC with a Yasuo support, AP Yasuo support, and the Mordekaiser are going to be banned out in the second round.
So hear me out. When they made those changes to all of the champions to put them into the jungle in low elo, Brand was one of them. Could this be Nico support, Yasuo mid, Brand jungle?
I mean, Brand used to also jungle way back when the original mage changes were, where he got his new pass, because it worked on jungle monsters, and then he could just scale freely in the jungle and still do a lot of damage. But now he has even more jungle support than before, so it is possible we see him in the jungle. And we'll see.
Not to mention, his passive is really good against Zac. So this is a potential pickup, but the Mordekaiser and Renekton are going to be banned away by Gods of Herald. They don't want Elzacco getting his hands on that. Meanwhile, the Gnar taken away by GSM, and they don't want Derisive Oxen playing that. So we'll have to see what is going on with this Gods of Herald draft right after this ban.
Pick a fight you can't win.
I'm going to finish it up with the Set. Set's still pretty strong. They did nerf his numbers, so he's not overly tuned as he was before, but still overall useful with how strong the Haymaker is and how much damage Set can output, if he can get on top of you, that is.
So now Graves picked up as well.
Yeah, so...
Okay, Nico mid, Yasuo top, Brand support, Graves jungle? Nico support, Brand mid?
No, obviously, it's Brand jungle with a Graves support jungle. He helps out most of the clears, and then
double jungle. I like it. 2 solo lanes in top and bot, or 3 solo lanes, I suppose.
Yeah, 3 solo lanes, 2 junglers. You always fight the jungler. You take his resources. Boom.
Okay.
You just be.
So GSM literally just drafted Gods of Herald's last draft, but the Renekton got banned away in the second ban phase, so they had to take Nasus instead of Renekton. Which makes sense. Renekton is Nasus's brother, so...
I mean, yeah, it does make sense. Nasus recently received some buffs. His W got 100 extra range. His E shreds even more armor. And Phase Rusher is buffed. So he doesn't need to necessarily take Ghost anymore, where he can just hit you 3 times and then he's chasing you down.
Yeah, and that means he can take the teleport, but now the mouth... I'm not even going to try to explain this. Okay, I will, actually. Okay, Yasuo, Brand in the bot lane. Nico mid, Malphite top, Graves jungle? Maybe the Nico
They
support?
are re-ranked. Or is this the return of Graves ADC? We haven't seen that
we haven't seen that since his rework.
we haven't seen it before he was a range champion instead of borderline melee. But still not. Oh, okay. Wait, I need to look at names, not locations.
Wait,
So
is
the
this
rest
a
options
Nico
in top
Brand
lane.
bot lane?
Nico Brand bot. So double mage bot lane. And then open mid lane with Yasuo with a Graves in the jungle. I mean, I dig it.
I think I need a drink after trying to figure out where they're going. What in the
I'm
hell?
underage. I'm underage, so I can't drink. So I'll just sit here confused as to everyone else here. And let's go ahead and start with matchups. Malphite versus Nasus. Obviously, I feel like Nasus wins a lot of these fights in the early game, especially thanks to his E buff, where it shreds even more armor, so it just negates Malphite, and E does magic damage at the start. So if it's high enough level, he can just immediately remove all that bonus armor shield that Malphite has, and then start whacking him.
Yeah, I have to question the Malphite pickup, because obviously Gods of Herald needs a tank on this team, like a real tank, but to have Malphite go into Nasus, that's just a matchup that Malphite can't win. You can't kill Nasus in this matchup.
Especially with those buffs. But now, jungle, we have Zac versus Graves. So, what do you think?
This is an interesting one because Graves, has recently made a return, but he's not really, he made a return, but like barely. People are playing him. He's just not super good right now. I think this is going to be a skill matchup, and I think it's one that Zac will win just because he's got higher gank potential. Panther is, from what we've seen across the season, just the better jungler, and he's just a little more in tune with his lanes. And with lanes like Syndra and then Sivir Nami, it's a lot easier for Zac to gank that than it is for Graves to gank a Nico Brand lane.
Yeah, but Graves does offer a lot of strong power since they recently buffed his magic resist in 10.6, as well as his scaling magic resist, so he's not as squishy against mages, alongside of, I believe it was a while ago, but his E got buffed as well, so he's going to be dashing, doing a lot of damage still.
So now the mid lane, presumably Yasuo versus Syndra here. What's your take?
Presumably. It could be anything really, but Syndra versus Yasuo, I'd say is a little bit more of a skill matchup on the side of Yasuo. It's not too bad for Syndra since you have the scattered weak in order as your self-defense mechanism that you can use, not necessarily needing the stun part, just pushing away the Yasuo so you can't get on top of you. But for the Yasuo, it's a little bit of skill matchup because knowing when to use your wind wall is very important. Seeing the scattered weak means that you have to, wind wall the dark sphere that's coming straight for you so you don't get stunned, or putting up a well-placed one while in the middle of your ulti, or something like that before you engage, just so you can mitigate a lot of damage. So it'll be pretty interesting. We've seen Seymour do excellently as a melee going into the range, but now we'll see how he does as the range going into the melee.
Yeah, so finally, the bot lane, Sivir Nami versus Nico Brand. I think I can try to explain this one, and it's mainly basically just all of the damage. You've got Nico with those little, the E. Yeah, the E with the grasper thingy, the root that she has. You've got that, you've got Brand's stun combo. With all of that, they should theoretically be able to catch out Silver Spade or Levi's, especially when Graves comes down to the bot lane to deal with, and that should just be a lot easier to execute for Gods of Herald, but we will have to see how it shakes out, because we are here in Game 2 between GSM and Gods of Herald.
Yeah, we didn't do this the first time, but I mean, we had a lot of downtime and not necessarily, especially because of the pause now.
Oh,
So let's go
jeez.
ahead and introduce these lanes. I'm going to rearrange them a little quick for myself, but so in the top lane for GSM, we have El Zacco 69 playing the Nasus, Panther 553212. I'm going to state out the whole names because we have all this time to spare. Playing Zac in the jungle, we have Seymour in this in the mid lane playing Syndra, and then GSM Levi's and Silver Spade 10 playing the Sivir and Nami in the bot lane.
And meanwhile, on the red side, Gods of Herald, who got their draft stolen from last game. We've got Derisive Oxen in the top lane on Malphite, Taco Trineki in the jungle on Graves, Oath in the mid lane on Yasuo, and the bot lane Nyrock 87 and Glitter and Gains on Brand and Nico.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe Gods of Herald was like, this is not fun. Let's pick all the champions that we secretly enjoy. The rest of us, obviously, we got to flame a little bit for enjoying Malphite, but other than that, these are pretty some fun picks to play as.
I mean, I do like. Okay, so I did criticize the Malphite during the draft because I said that it is really bad into Nasus because it's so hard to kill Nasus in this matchup. And that's really what you need to do to shut down a Nasus before he gets online. But with the Yasuo, if Gods of Herald can stay even through this game, that point and click, the point and click ultimate combo, you could just absolutely win a team fight before Zacco can get there because he has the Ghost as counter to what you were saying. He didn't take the buffed phase rush. He took Unsealed Spellbook and Ghost. So he can pick up the teleport. It's just that he will only have that once every 6 summoner switches.
Yeah, and with the new TP, they changed in 10.6. It was probably 6.
10.6, yeah.
Yeah, with the TP changes they made 10.6, I can see that's an indirect buff to Unsealed Spellbook top lane champions because they don't have to worry about having it early game. They can just or worry about the early game nerf they gave to it. They can just abuse it in its late game where it has such a lower cooldown.
And yeah, it's sorry, it's not 6 switches. It's 3 spellbook switches. So this will offer a lot of utility for Zacco later in the game. Once you get that cooldown down to the 3 minutes, the switch cooldown to the 2 or 3 minutes that it is. Especially when you can pick up Smite, Ignites for trading, Teleports to join your team, and then just all of the utility ones like Heal or Barrier just to, use and get the cooldown down.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe he'll just switch out. He's like, I don't need Flash. I'll get Heal just for extra movement speed.
Using Heal for the movement speed. Big brain.
Of course. But, and we still see that, Levi's is having a little bit of connection issues. Hopefully he's fine wherever he is. And see, we already talked about matchups. We talked about the memes. Talked about the Unsealed Spellbook versus Phase Rush as a Nasus top lane who got buffed. And then we also talked about them stealing the comp. What else to talk about? They're adding Xerath to TFT.
Oh, yeah, I did see that. Xerath, the Dark Star, he's Dark Star Sorcerer, and
Yes.
his Rite of the Arcane is his ultimate. He transforms.
Yeah, every time he auto attack, instead of an auto attack, it'll shoot a meteor at a random champion, and when it kills, it does 300 base damage. But when it kills, it does 120. It does half as much, but stuns all around him. So I've come up with the idea of a Sid's Infiltrator comp with Xerath, or 4.
High attack speed. Give him a Rage Blade.
Yeah, just really make it rain fire.
All sorts of nonsense. All right, I have just received word that Levi's has just managed to reconnect, so in a second they should be able to get back into game, hopefully here.
Woo! But let's see what else we can talk. Valorant. It's in beta. I saw Pokemon's video over the closed beta she was in, and it actually looks like a pretty fun game.
Yeah, and
getting into the CS:GO and all that.
I saw it almost got to 1 million viewers on Twitch because they were doing the reveal, the reveal stream for all of the content creators today, and they were giving away closed beta passes if you watched any of the reveal content.
Similar to Legends of Runeterra, how they did that.
Yep.
Pretty. I like the that way because it's you get a little bit of RNG and it's still selective. You actually have to watch, but or just AFK your Twitch account until you get it. So I kind of like it.
And it's nice, to me, it's very nice because it does allow normal people to get the beta. I remember Overwatch's initial closed beta. It was basically they were just giving out passes to all of the people that they thought, that they wanted to talk about it. So like a bunch of league players got it, like a bunch of professional league players, CS:GO players, some old like FaZe Clan Call of Duty players, and like for a while normal people didn't get to play the game, and it was just like what you saw on Dyrus's stream or whatever.
Yeah, so I do enjoy how it's a closed beta, but it's people who actually are interested in the game, are playing it, and not just people who are like, oh, I'll sign up. I'm filling up a spot. He's taking a spot in the server, so it just makes it harder for everyone else to get in. It's actually people that want to try out the game.
Wow, this is the longest he just got back on that I've ever had. Okay, it does say that he's reconnected, so hopefully they should be ready to go in a second.
Well, we do have that 3-minute delay, so whenever he just got back on, that's like 3 minutes later he got it back on. So we still got room to talk for now. So how's everyone's night going on right now? Have you stayed quarantine, or are you going out to risk enjoying it so far, these online classes, if you're still in school, or working from home if you have a job like that, or just taking money from the government?
Yeah, taking money from the government. That's what I like to do. Getting my stimulus check, boy. $1,200 in my pocket.
Woo!
That's drinking money. It is Friday night. Friday nights are kind of weird now since, like, the weekend is all the time now, since we're all home and we're all sitting in our lounge pants drinking wine at noon.
Of course. It's not like you have anywhere to go. Some of us like to get ready in the delusion that we actually will see people, but most of your meetings are just going to be top up.
Yeah, it's to top up. Why would you be uncomfortable sitting there in like khakis and like dress socks when you can wear your shirt and then just tuck it into your sweatpants?
Of course. And looks like GSM is going to do the classic 5-stack in the bot lane as they do, looking for yet another unsuspecting victim, such as Glittering Gains or potentially Nyrox, since they're both going down there.
Yeah, Nyrock and Glittering Gains, and neither of them really have mobility spells, so I think Glittering Gains has just spotted them and will flash this time immediately.
The respect. You gotta appreciate the respect that they give, knowing that it is a 5-stack. Not gonna bother with throwing out the Tangle Roots, Thorns, the E, in order to root up some people. Just go ahead, flash out of there, make sure that you're safe. You're not using it in these early minutes of the game right now, are you?
Apparently not. She's not anymore. So Glittering Gains will be flashless. Another successful invade by GSM. They didn't get a kill, but they certainly got an important cooldown, and it will mean that Panther's early ganks in the bot lane will be that much more effective. So opposite side starts, both junglers starting their reds, which means Taco Trineki is starting leashless.
Yeah, and this is pretty interesting. If I was on the side of Gods of Herald, I would have at least on both sides pretended I was leashing, so then they would be kind of confused where I was starting, and which would make the vertical jungling just a little more effective if Taco Trineki did opt in for that.
Yeah, and now it is actually going to mean that Panther has that much faster of a clear. Taco Trineki is going to go for that blue buff. He will likely be able to steal that away. Still has his smite. And it looks like Panther is heading up there now, so we might see an early fight between the two of them.
Yeah. Graves not having the fastest of clears, but a pretty decent one. Panther jumping right into his buff, but we're stuck on this mid lane right there. He is.
Oh, Panther does actually steal it away, so Taco Trineki is blue buffless, but Panther taking a lot of damage. The red buff is ticking. Seymour is here. Panther is going to get knocked into passive, maybe, but no! Ooh. Seymour going to pick up the first blood. Now, Derisive Oxen gets there a little bit late, and Zacho is going to start a fight. However, Derisive Oxen has the grasp of the Undying. Seymour coming up. Might be able to find something. He does not have the Scatter of the Weak, but Derisive Oxen gonna flash. Panther cannot find the knockup, but Derisive Oxen is slowed. Now Oath trying to take on Seymour. Derisive Oxen flashless, going to go low, going to go down. El Zacho with the kill, and this is all GSM here.
Yeah, the vertical juggling gone wrong.
Oh, Oath goes back in
for a passive. And he got the passive.
12.
Is it? Yes, it is plus 12. I was stuck thinking about ARAM. It's plus 24 on ARAM.
It's plus 24 on ARAM. Oh, and Silver Spade gets Nyrock's heal, gets Glitter and Gain so low. And GSM is just cleaning up here with a 4th kill at 3.5 minutes.
Unfortunate, they're just not being fast enough in order to dodge that, so getting hit by both parts of the boomerang and falling early once again.
And that's what happens when you use your flash level 1 for an invade. It means that you don't have it when the boomerang blade comes at you.
Yep. And this is once again looking kind of rough. This is about 2,000 gold down, but Taco Trineki here in the bot lane looking to pick up some kills.
He does not have a red buff, but he does have a blue, which means Silver Spade will have to flash. GSM Levi's uses the heal. Now Nyrock taking some damage. He's going to get the stun off. Flashes away. Levi's fighting against Trineki. Nyrock going to get the Dark Harvest stack, Nyrock going to get the Dark Harvest stack off. No one dies. GSM survives.
Yeah, Flash was burned by Nyrock because he tried to get out of there, as well as Silver Spade. Oath is right now fighting Panthers, but Seymour is rotating on over.
Oath does not get hit by the power, and now Seymour and Oath duking it out. Trineki is here. Oath has the knockup. He will not be able to catch Panther. And now that's Taco Trineki going down a second time. Oath going low against Seymour. They're chasing down Seymour. Can he find a Scatter the Weak to possibly secure a kill? Seymour, one more Q should do it, or he's just using his auto attacks. One more auto attack should do it at this point, and that is going to be it. Seymour with his second kill of the game, and that is 6-0 here at 5 minutes.
Yeah, this is turning out quite the game. Looking for a non-traditional comp, but still ending up just like your traditional comp was. Not really enforcing a lot of early game advantages that you possibly could have, thanks to just some unfortunate cheesing you're trying to do.
Yeah, it's just Gods of Herald. Obviously, I understand the concept here. You just force fights, keep this high tempo gameplay, always try and keep GSM on the back foot. But after that didn't work at the blue buff, then they doubled down, lost 2 more members. Then they tripled down, lost Glitter and Gains. And then they quadrupled down, and then they lose Taco Trineki and Oath again around that Raptor camp.
Look, if it's like how you solve a lot of math problems. You know, you can do some really nice fancy trick, or you can just do the classic, just count on your fingers. Even if it, eventually you can count everything onto your fingers, even if it turns into calculus. It'll take you quite a while. I
was gonna say, when was the last time you integrated something on your fingers?
Look, I mean,
I did once do fraction long division, counting. It was like literally by making hash marks on the paper and counting it.
Yeah, I mean, eventually, everything comes down to linearly, and if it's linear, then eventually you could just use your fingers. You just gotta really take your patience with the fingers and go with a straightforward approach of just keep going at it.
Just learn to square things in your head, Omegalol.
And but right now everything's calming down a little bit, but as I say that, Oath is roaming up to the top lane to try to duke it out with El Zacho and Derisive Oxen. Derisive Oxen having the unstoppable onslaught. No,
force. Unstoppable force.
Yes, onslaught is Scion. Hecarim? Hecarim.
Oh, wait,
It is
Hecarim's
Hecarim.
Onslaught of Shadows. Unstoppable Onslaught is... Yes, you're right. Unstoppable Onslaught is Scion.
Or is that Devastating Charge? There's a lot of names that really means the same thing, but don't do the same thing at all.
Devastating Charge is Hecarim's E.
You're right.
And now GSM are going to pick up their first dragon of the game. It is an ocean, so there will be no ocean map here. I was confused at that the gank by Oath, just because he didn't have ultimate at that point. And now Oath tries to get onto Seymour. Panther is here for a gank, however, and the ultimate comes out. Seymour on a killing spree as Oath falls for the third time this game.
That is pretty unfortunate. And, you know, they're banking on the Yasuo 10 death power spike that you see in your solo queue games. You know, once he gets 10 deaths, that's just around the point where he gets 2 items, which is his power spike.
Of course, the 10 death, because this looks like a solo queue comp, obviously, you're going to play it like a solo queue comp. So now Nyrok is going to get knocked up, ignited, and killed. Silver Spade with the kill credit there. Now Taco Trineki in trouble. He's going to dash over the wall. Zako will not be able to find him. He is busy fighting off Derisive Oxen, getting slowed down. And now Levi's and Silver Spade are going to take their second turret plate here and put 160 gold into their pockets.
Yeah, 5k gold lead at 8 minutes. Pretty interesting. Silver Spade looking to go for a dive, but not often to continue.
Silver Spade goes to look for the dive and hopes that Levi's will follow up, but apparently the internet issues are still here. Now Seymour might fall for the first time this series, but Oath, he will lose his life, but he gets the shutdown.
And they're on the board. This is the big brain plays we're seeing. They're just gonna, if they have everyone but one person die on the team, that means they get continuous shutdowns.
And they are really committed to that, aren't they? Because Nyrok is going to fall as well, and Nico to follow up. Levi's flashes, but it's just for style points.
Yes, but this is slowly meaning that they could just give the kills to Oath in order to become the win killers. This is a new term. This is a new definition of funnel comp.
You funnel all of the shutdowns into your main carry. The Yasuo's unstoppable. I see what you're doing here, Gods of Herald. I applaud the effort.
This is gonna be, or this is already pretty interesting of a game, seeing that it's nearly a 6k gold lead right now. Oath picking up that shutdown, putting his team first on the board. He's still going to be traded out pretty well against Seymour.
Meanwhile, a stack check on Nasus reveals it is 150 stacks at 10 minutes. Oath does bait out the unleashed power from Seymour and wind walls it. So he will live, albeit at a fairly low margin of health. But Taco Trineki might be here, might find himself in a place that he didn't want to. Now, Zako, plus 12s, that cannon minion. And the ultimate comes out as the ultimate is popped from Nami. Nyrok going to go down for the third time this game. Silver Spade with the second kill of the game. Now, Glitter and Gains going low, going to go down. He's trying to buy time for Taco Trineki. She's trying to buy time for Taco Trineki, but Levi's is on a rampage. 4-0-2 for the Sivir.
Taco Trineki made it in time to catch this minion wave.
And here's Panther coming from behind. Taco Trineki taken down. 14-1 is the kill score at 11 minutes. This is truly a solo queue game.
This is exactly looking like one of our solo queue games. Maybe even our promos if you're just that unlucky.
Yeah,
but
I placed into Iron 1 at the beginning of, after my first provisional game at the beginning of Season 10. This is what that game looked like.
The only thing to really round it out is trying out the new junglers as well. You know, maybe seeing a Morgana in the jungle thanks to the buffs onto her Torn souls. And right now, Hope's in the mid lane. Tornado ready. He's pulled out Tornado, doing a lot of trading.
But Seymour trading so much more damage. He's got the Lost Chapter. He's got the Blasting One. Now, Oath will be in trouble if he gets hit by one more ball. Or I suppose he won't because he'll just be dead.
Yeah, I mean, dead, trouble, sounds like the same thing. You're going to have a gray screen, regardless of it, if it did happen. But right now we see Derisive Oxen is here with the charge, and he gets it.
Oh, they're gonna find the kill, but Oath dies! Somehow he dies. Seymour manages to get the unleash power, and that is going to be the ultimate coming out from Glittering Gains, but it will not save her APC from dying. Both are at 4 deaths here in this game, but Seymour has lost his life for the 2nd time in this game.
I love how it's 0-8 in the bot lane, but the ADC only has 4 kills. The other 3
of course. It's a 307 Nami. This is the Nami we were talking about, where it's actually fine if you're taking some kills, because your team is massively ahead at this point.
Yeah, but it's okay, because this is the point where we're just going to get more shutdowns onto Oath, thanks to the pick potential, thanks to Derives Watson. The only thing that could really round up this comp is that they picked Alistar, which is would be a pretty unusual pick for Glittering Gains.
There we go,
so
yeah.
It's fine.
Hard engaged, tanky support, just really throwing caution to the wind over at the Gods of Herald. But as it stands, they're 8,500 gold down. And it's a 17-2 kill score, and Zacho is only getting stronger. Stack check, 13 minutes, 200 stacks.
I do want to point out, he does have first fight.
Oath is in trouble. Oath is down. Levi's is unstoppable. Taco Trineki gets the ult over the wall, is going to live. Nyrock now taking some damage. But it looks like this will be GSM's Dragon. They have killed the mid laner. And even though Levi's doesn't have mana, I don't think it really matters. Trineki cannot smite steal against Panther, who is 2 levels above him.
Yeah, and it looks like the rest of Watson is really feeling that armor reduction buff that the E is receiving. First dragon, or second dragon down. Looks like it's going to be an Infernal map this game. And Taco Trineki just got found out and outplayed with that one button.
Outplayed. That's a pretty word for it. So now, 3 members of Gods of Herald are 0 and 4. Seymour is gonna try and take down this turret, but Oath can at least wave clear. Oh, gonna get the knock-up, gonna get the ultimate. Now the flash away by Seymour saves his life. Oath, the strongest member of Gods of Herald, but is he strong enough to take on Seymour? Definitely not Seymour and Silver Spade at the same time. The tidal wave comes out, gonna get the knock-up. Oath is on the run. Silver Spade is here, and he's looking for blood. He's an angry fish, and he gets the kill.
Yep, ebb and flowed into 4 and 8.
4-0 and 8, and they're gonna find the second turret of the game here for GSM if they decide to move forward.
Yep, and they are pretty close to it. They just need to take one more minion wave, and seeing that how far everyone else is behind, they're going to have trouble wave clearing this.
Panther moves forward. He is going to get the stun onto Nyrock, and now Silver Spade gonna flash away. Nyrock, though, gonna pick up the kill with the passive. That's a shutdown. Now Glittering Gains flashes away after using the ultimate. Levi's flashes forward, gonna get the kill, dominating. Can she find Nyrock? He will not. And that's going to be Derisive Oxen getting knocked up. Levi's with the double kill. 7-0 and 4 here. Oath is finally back up. Trineki over the wall. Can they clean this up? Taco Trineki moving forward. They're going to try and find Levi's. Oath is going to be dead. He gets the shutdown first. That's 1,000 gold in his pocket. Now Taco Trineki chasing down Seymour, who has no mana. But El Zacho is here, and he is an angry dog.
He is an angry dog with a lot of stacks. And he's going to go ahead and slam down on that tower and potentially try to bait Taco Trineki into following, but Taco Trineki knows better than chasing a strong Nasus.
That was 2 big shutdowns picked up by the side of Gods of Herald. Nyrock picked up 1 onto Silver Spade, and Oath picked up the other 1,000 gold shutdown onto Levi. So there is still a glimmer of hope. They are 10,000 gold down, but there still is a glimmer of hope.
I'm just saying, Oath picking up 3 shutdowns here. This is the funnel comp they were looking for. It's just a little slow to get going. This is the late game that they're looking for. A non-traditional way to get to late game, but it's okay. They're already a non-traditional comp anyway. You
can do this with each of your members. Just get them to 6 items by taking shutdown kills. I think it's a new strat, boys. Now, Levi's might be able to find Trineki here. Trineki flashes into Seymour. Oh, that was just overkill. That's 2 kills already. Derisive Oxen doesn't even have his ultimate. He's gonna get he's gonna dodge the bubble, actually. Now, Oath is here. Glittering Gain's gonna take some damage. The stopwatch is used. Seymour trying to find something, but the wind wall blocks his approach.
Not looking to advance any further in order to pick up that kill, which is fine. Rather than not give up your shutdown once again over to Oath, just so you can pick up a kill onto Glittering Gains, which at 5 deaths is already not looking like he'll be worth much, or she'll be worth that much gold.
Well, Zacko gonna pick up the final outer turret here for GSM, and he's going to continue pushing. Derisive Oxen has completely abandoned ship from the top lane. He does not want to be stuck up there with the Nasus any longer. And now, Oath looking for kills. They're going to find Panther, get the knock-up. The ultimate is not going to be committed by Oath. Be certain death going into Seymour. Now, Taco Trineki over the wall. Going to find some damage. That's the flash. Oath with the kill. The shutdown goes over to Trineki. Derisive Oxen ticking down with the ignite, but he will not fall.
I mean, we've seen Dog with Hat Gang versus Return of the Millstate's comeback, so, I mean, it could happen.
There is actual precedent for this, and now El Zacko might be the one caught. Oath does not have the ultimate, but that is going to be the Fury of the Sands pop. Taco Trineki takes a third of his health in one hit. Zacko gonna walk away, but that's just because he doesn't feel comfortable diving with only one item.
Yeah, maybe after a couple more items he will, but right now Elastic Slingshot going on to Glittering Gains, trying to get the root off onto him, but the Let's Bounce coming out, and there he goes. And smushing down Glittering Gains means that another kill for Zach.
Did anyone else notice that was only a 140 gold kill? That just feels bad.
It's still more than a cannon minion at the very least.
More than a cannon minion at this point. So now, the Infernal Drake, it is an Infernal map, third Drake of the game, gonna go over to Panther. Taco Trineki is on the wrong side of the map to do it. And El Zacko, back to Nasus duty, pushing in the top lane.
Yeah, Taco Trineki looking like he might want a round 2 against El Zacko. Darius Valton is stepping up, so maybe he will see another 2v1 against El Zacko, who does not have ultimate, but will soon.
Yeah, he's got a couple seconds left on that. Derisive Oxen and Taco Trineki are much further away from their ultimate cooldowns, so this could potentially go very poorly for the Gods of Herald, but Oath might try and find something. He will not. He flashes the wall, though. He will pick up the kill, and now Panther does not get the Elastic Slingshot in. Oath will dodge away from these stretching strikes, but Silver Spade will pick him up with the ebb and flow. Now, Nyrok in trouble to flash forward. He takes a lot of damage, but it's not quite enough. Glittering Gains is the target now for Silver Spade and Panther. She will go down, and 161 more gold deposited into Zach's bank. Now, Zacko with the kill. He gets Trineki.
Yeah, the Maul member, or not the Maul, but the Spell Drinker is not going to be able to save him, or Head Drinker, my bad, is not going to be able to save him there. Not going to get any of the benefits that Malmortius has. Nyrok is getting engaged on. Let's bounce the bubble. Panther is godlike on the Rift. Man, this is turning out to be quite the game.
Quite the fiesta, you mean?
Yes, sorry. I should have brought my sombrero. This is quite the fiesta.
Yeah, wait a minute. I'll be back. I got a sombrero. I got a sombrero, some tequila, and some taco meat in the fridge. I'll be back in a second because this is a total fiesta. 30 kills to 6 here at 20 minutes.
Yeah, you know what? Let me get a call in with Sami over here. He is Puerto Rican himself, but right now another pick on to Taco Trineki. So yeah, fiesta indeed. Not being able to leave your base is going to be quite feels bad since you don't have any more inner towers.
Yeah, no inner tower, or one inner tower left. The inhibitor turret in the bot lane is almost dead. It's 21 minutes. GSM could just try to end if they wanted, but they just seem to be having too much fun here. They're just going for kills. They're killing the bot laners as much as they possibly want. And 4 of the 5 members of Gods of Herald have equal or greater deaths than their entire team has kills combined.
And looks like we're going to see a 3-stack onto this Nasus. Let's see how this goes.
The Fury of the Sands will not be used yet. He just decides, he still hasn't used it, but he tries to get the kill off of the Glittering Gains. Now Levi's flashes around. He's going to find Nyrok. Silver Spade does try to pick up Glittering Gains himself. Panther in the backside, but Levi's has already fallen. The ultimate never gets to be used for Zacko. And now Taco Trineki on the run as Panther tries to 1v1 his counterpart. The Executioner's calling has been picked up for the Graves, but Panther still doesn't take any damage. Now, maybe in the 3v1 he will. His passive will get popped. He will get knocked up, interrupted. Silver Spade is the only member of his team who walked out of that alive, but now Seymour is here. He's got a blue buff, and he is looking to fight.
Yeah, that unleashed power is available. He can smack down and combo out someone really quick. But looks like everyone's saw Seymour and decided, I don't want it. I don't want it. I'm out.
Playing the Jon Snow game, he just says, I don't want it. Don't want it. And Seymour is going to walk away, not be able to find anything. But hey, that was a good fight. 3 kills were picked up for Gods of Herald. They are now only 11k down. That was much greater a minute ago.
Then, like I said, kills going down into Yasuo. He's almost at his 10 deaths power spike. Who we already seen, he had a pretty strong power spike already. He's at 100% crit, but the 10 death power spike is really where he starts coming in.
So if he just ints one more time, he's already got those 2 items, 100% crit. He should be able to jump on people now. And hopefully he will be building more damage to accompany all of that. And he should be able to assassinate Seymour or Levi's at some point. And this could signal a turnaround for Gods of Herald.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen crazier things happen on the Rift. But we'll just see if those crazy things can happen at this moment. Oath taking a lot of damage from Seymour. Just even more, but still making it out alive.
Frankly, I am surprised that Seymour hasn't finished his second item. He has... You know, he does have the Oblivion Orb sitting in his inventory, but still, that's only 1,400 gold, I believe, and he should be more than 1,400 gold up on Oath, considering he's got 2 extra kills, 6 extra assists, and 20 CS. Oh, Nyrok's in trouble. And now Panther is in. Taco Trineki is going to flash. Double root coming out. Double knockup now. And that's going to be Oath in the middle of the team fight. He cannot find Levi's. The double kill for Seymour. Maybe a triple, as Derisive Oxen will fall as well. Levi's picks that one up. And El Zacco is in the backline, killing Taco Trineki. Glittering Gains is the only member of Gods of Herald left on the map.
I do want to point out, as you were talking about it, the Syndra actually had 1,200 gold ahead of the Yasuo. Because of all those shutdowns.
Oh, right, because he's got 4 shutdowns under his belt. And 2 of those were 1,000 gold.
Yep, so, but now the gold difference is about 2,000 now. So.
Okay, so he should be able to finish his Zanyas fairly soon. Because both of them do build really expensive items, but I don't think he'll be able to finish it because he's not going to back. And GSM, though, they are looking for Soul here.
Yep, having that, also being an Infernal Drake too, just means that everyone's going to have a little extra fun on the side of GSM. Panther's already doing a lot of damage, but you know, just add some damage to his damage.
Yo, oh dog, I heard you like damage, so I put damage on your damage so that you can damage while you damage.
And looks like they will be pretty uncontested in taking this Infernal Soul, and they are ready to start duking it out with some people.
But first, they want to duke it out with each other as they all try and take the same Scuttle Crab. Oh, but Gods of Herald are actually trying to sneak a Baron. They have been spotted, however. So this may go very poorly for them in a minute.
Potentially so, but this is the 10 death Yasuo power spike, and the Rives Austin looking to pick up a kill onto GSM Levi's, but he's in the middle of everyone.
And all of the extra damage. Seymour does waste the ultimate, but Glittering Gains is going to go down as she pops her ultimate as well. Nyrok now flashing away. Oath is dead in the Baron pit. Taco Trineki being chased down. I believe this will be the ace for GSM, and this should be the end of the game.
Yeah, plus 12 onto Taco Trineki by El Zacco, so this does look like it's signaling the end, especially because you have such a fed Nasus. And then your ADC is still up. Yeah, everyone's up, so a lot of pushing power.
I was gonna say, I think it's because they have a fed insert member of GSM here.
Yeah, this fed Nami is really pushing out these towers super fast. The Rift Austin does not have the ultimate available, but Glittering Gains gets so low into his own fountain. but that's gonna be the game.
The shutdown does come down on El Zacco right before the Nexus goes down, but that will be the 2-0, the clean sweep for GSM over Gods of Herald.
Yeah, and using the enemy's comp in this game just to finish it up. So well played by GSM. They're really showing the power level they all provide, as well as Gods of Herald. Definitely, pretty interesting picks. I'm sure they. I mean, it's never really fun when you think it's unwinnable games, but it's always a nice time to have whenever you're playing champion to enjoy, or whether it's or something non-traditional comp in order to have some fun in this tournament, because it's not all about winning.
Yeah, sometimes when you know that you're outmatched, a lot of the time when you're playing against GSM, you get kind of demoralized after getting stomped in game 1. You just say screw it. You go balls to the wall. You try and pull out some pocket picks. You see what you can do, and hopefully you can catch them off guard and maybe net yourself a win, and then repeat it. But unfortunately, for Gods of Herald, that doesn't always work out. So GSM they just rolled this game 42-10. They had a 20 or a 15, 16k gold lead.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's just well played by GSM, and better luck next time to Gods of Herald, who go into week 9 5-4. I believe the top 4 playoff teams have been locked here for gold. Let me check my notes here.
I don't have my stuff all correct right now.
Sorry, the top 3 have been locked. Bad Barons and Goliath Esports are still fighting it out for that last spot.
Yeah. With the Muscle Knots not exactly in contention, but they're still having fun in this tournament. So we'll be seeing if Gods of Herald or the Bad Barons can make it out. I believe they already fought each other. Or are they fighting each other now?
Gods of Herald and the Bad Baron have already fought each other, but so right now, Goliath Esports Warriors is 3-5. The Bad Baron is 2-6. And Goliath Esports and the Bad Barons are actually fighting right now on Get Wrecked 2, so we're going to end the stream, throw it over to the second Get Wrecked stream where Jack Loves Lamp and Mark Hames will be casting. So make sure to see. This is a playoff decider match. So go check it out. Let's root on the team that you want to root on. And we, on the other hand, will see you, well, whenever someone schedules another game.
Yeah, thanks to this quarantine. But thanks for tuning in. We'll see you later.
Good night.
Good night.